স্যার আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
Walaikum Assalam. So, boys, I
স্যার
can
আমি
share
একাই
a
আছি।
screen. Saleh. I just want to draw the attention of Noyon. Hello, Noyon, are you connected? Okay. Hello, boys. Can you see the slide now? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Can you see the? Oh, okay. Okay. Because of some technical problem, I couldn't share my screen. Perhaps you can see the slide now. Okay, I'm going to formally launch my today's class. So here's my identity. I'm Matin, as senior teacher in English, Gaibandha Govt High School. My today's attempt will be to take another class on suffix and prefixes for the student of class 8, 9, and 10. So, dear students, you will stay with me. So, I'm going to engage you in practicing a passage on suffix prefix. Please get ready for practicing. This is the passage. So can you see the passage? Boys, can you see the passage? Hi, boys, can you see the passage?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. If you can see the passage, please try to complete the passage using correct suffix or prefixes with the given root word. So I'm firstly reading the passage for you. Everyone has the right to a standard of living adequate for health and well-being. Of one and of one's family, include food, clothing, housing, and medical care, and necessary social services, and the right to secure in the event of employ, sickness, able. This should be able, widow, old age, and other lack of livelihood in stances beyond one's control. Motherhood and childhood are titled to special care and assist. All children, whether born in or out of wedlock, shall enjoy the same social protect measures. So perhaps you can see the slide well and read the slide well. So within next 4 minutes, try to complete the passage. If you have any difficulty in understanding, you can ask me. Okay. Are you trying your best, boys? Are you trying in solving the problem?
Yes, sir.
So only a few, perhaps totally 5 boys have connected with me. This is sorrowful to say. I think much more students should get connected with me. Though this is the scheduled class for the student of 9 and 10, perhaps other students from class 8, the students from class 8 could also connect with me. Okay, have we finished, boys? Tawfiq Ilahi, Ben Siam. Have you finished? Okay, if you have finished or haven't finished, please try to be much more faster. Siam, have you finished? Saleh, have you finished, boy? Okay. If you have finished, please try to match your answers with mine because our time is very limited and we can't invest a lot of time here. So please match your answers with mine. At the first word, one would be oneself. Everyone has the right to a standard of living adequate for the health and well-being of oneself and of one's family. Including food, clothing, housing, and medical care, and necessary social services, and the right to security in the event of unemployment. Unemployment. Unemployment, sickness, and disability. This would be disability. Perhaps there is some mistake. This would be able, and the full form or derivative of able would be disability, widowhood. Widow would be widowhood. Old is another lack of livelihood in circumstances beyond one's control. Stances would be circumstances. Mother or childhood are entitled. Title would be entitled to special care and assistance. All children, whether born in or out of wedlock, shall enjoy the same social protective measures. Protect would be protective. Protect would be protective. So perhaps you have been able to match your answers with mine. Now we're going to the next slide, in which we will be able to see another passage. So boys, are you ready? Have you finished solving the first passage? Perhaps you have been able to match the answer of the first passage. Now, boys, try to see the second slide. So this is another passage. You will have to use correct suffixes or prefixes with the shown word or given word and make the passage meaningful. As human development thrives and global temperature continue to rise, natural protection from tidal waves and cyclones is being great at alarming rates. This will inevitably lead to species loss in this vastly diverse part of the world. If nothing is done to stop it, the Sundarbans is a critic tiger habit, one of only a handful of remaining forests big enough to hold several hundred tigers. To lose the Sundarbans would be to move a steep close to the extinct of these majestic animals, said JSL tiger expert Sarah Christie. This indicated form shows us the very tender situation of the mangrove forest. So, boys, try to solve this problem within the next 4 minutes. So, try to respond to my questions, boys. Is there any difficulty in understanding this passage, boys?
No, sir.
Hi, boys. Yes. Saleh Muhammad. If you have any difficulty in
না স্যার
understanding any
কোনো
point,
ইয়া নাই কঠিন কঠিন মনে হয় না স্যার
okay, try to solve this within next 4 minutes. Okay. Only Saleh is trying to respond, but other ones, namely here, I can see Siam, Tawfiq, Lahi, Joel, Mahmoud, they are not trying to respond to me. I think they should be much more attentive. Okay, those who are connected with me, try to solve this problem within the next 4 minutes. So Siam, continue. So what type of changes you have made to the word continue? Continue. So have you finished, boys? Have you finished? So if you have finished, please try to match your answers with mine. I'm going to show you the correct form of the answer. The A would be continuous. Had the as human development thrives and global temperature continues to rise. Global temperature continues, so continues. Natural protection from tidal waves and cyclones is being degraded. This would be degraded. At alarming rates, this will inevitably would be inevitably, adverbial. This word should be turned into adverbial word because you can say auxiliary and main verb. So within auxiliary and main verb, we can use adverbial words. Just adverbial words can be used here. So this will inevitably lead to species loss in this richly biodiverse part of the world. If nothing is done to stop it, the Sundarbans is a critical tiger habit would be habitat. This habit would be habitat. Number F, habit. So habit would be habitat. One of only a handful of remaining forests big enough to hold several hundred tigers. To lose the Sundarbans would be to move a step closer to the extinction of these majestic animals. Say JSL tiger expert Sarah Christie. This indicated information shows us the very endangered situation of the mangrove forest. Danger would be endangered situation. As situation is noun word, so danger would be in its adjective form, endangered situation. This indicated information shows us the very endangered situation of the mangrove forest. Okay. Perhaps, boys, you have been able to match your answers with mine. Now, boys, try to stay with me, and I'm going to engage you in another activity. So please stay with me. This is another passage you can see. Come to the text, adding suffixes, prefixes, or both with the root words given in the parentheses. When you are in the drive seat of a car, or you have the steer and the horn in your hands, the brake and accelerate under your feet, eyes open, looking head, left and right. The same can be said about a motorcycle rider with some modify. These are all very visible, but behind all, there's something that keeps work sick. And that is the central processing unit, CPU, your brain. CPUs are artificial intelligent machines that are programmed to do specified jobs under fixed conditions and thus. So boys, this is another passage. Though the passage is simplified, perhaps you will have to undergo some pains to complete it, to use the correct version of the root word using the correct suffix or prefixes. So can you read the slide, boys? I can see Tawfiq Ilahi to be connected with me, Jubair Al Mahmoud, Siam. So why can't you respond to me, boys? Try to respond. So are you doing the activity, boys? Jubair Al Mahmoud, Tawfiq Ilahi, Siam, and the other ones trying to be connected with me. Are you doing the activity? So if you are trying, and if you are trying and if you have finished solving this problem, or if you have any difficulty in understanding any word or any sentence part or full sentence or the total passage, you can ask me. So boys, please try to be faster. Have you finished, boys? Okay, now match your answers with mine. If you have finished, please try to match your answers with mine. And the boys who are connected with me, try to turn your video on. Please turn your video on so that I can contact with you and I can show you your activity. Tawfiq Ilahi, Siam, and the other ones. Okay, match your answers with mine. Here, drive would be driving, and steer would be steering. Accelerate would be accelerator, and head would be ahead, 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 left and right. With some modify would be modifications. Keeps working unseen. Work would be working and see would be unseen. And then artifice would be artificially. Artifice would be artificially. Intelligent machines that are programmed to do. Specify would be specific. Specific. Under fixed. Fixed would be fixed conditions and judgments. Okay. Now, I'm going to ask you to do another activity. This is totally different from the first three ones. In this passage, you can see the very context relating to teacher and students. So this can be much more intelligible to you. A teacher is a facilitate who facilitates learning. It is method believe that a teacher can never teach learner, rather can make the lessons simplify for the learner so that they can assimilate the lesson easily. In the aspect of Bangladesh, academy is much more value than anything else. This type of theft is to be avoided for the betterment of the country. So I'm allowing you more 3 minutes for your completion of this passage. So can you read the passage, boys? Can you read this passage? Okay. So now, boys, perhaps we are going to close the ending point of our today's class. Within a very short time, we're going to finish or end our today's class. So boys, try to finish it as soon as possible. Okay. So if you have finished, try to match your answers with mine. If you have finished, I'm going to show you the correct version of the answer. The first word facilitate would be facilitator. Facilitator. Then second facilitator would be facilitates. Facilitates. Now it is methodologically believed. Believe would be believed. The Bhitri form of believe. Believed. And E. Simplified would be simplified. Simplified. Then listen. Simplified would be simplified. And F would be perspective. Spect would be perspective. 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 Academy would be academic. Attain would be attainment. Attainment. Then value would be evaluated. Is much more evaluated than anything else. This type of perception is to be avoided for the betterment of the country. So, boys, I think you have been able to match your answers with mine. I think in my next class to be held on Wednesday, on next Wednesday, you will get connected with me and enjoy my class. Okay. Hoping this, I'm going to end my today's class with you. Thank you for getting connected with me. Thank you, boys. Thank you.